Hi, good morning. It's Lisa. It is stormy and yucky out here, and I thought I'd make you a little video. So, I just wanted to tell you about something that happened yesterday. I was between clients and I ran to the market because I needed stuff, because I needed food. I guess that's why you go to the market. That's why we go to the market. Anyway, so I was filling my cart with the usual things. And for me, that is almost completely, it's pretty much completely plant-based at this point. I don't like to get so strict. I don't like to call it vegan. I don't like to call it anything, but it's pretty much 100% plant-based at this point. And anyway, so my cart was filled with vegetables and fruit. I've been on kind of a um, sometimes I do this in January, even though I tell my clients not to. I always say it's too soon to cleanse, but sometimes I just need to. So the thing that my body just has always really loved making juice. Here's my kind of gross looking separated blend of green juice that I make every day. I love it. My body has thrived on it for like 8 years. It always makes me feel better. I feel like my cells sing a little song. This morning in here I have I have a stem of broccoli in here. I have apples. I have a pear. I have a little bit of fennel. I have celery. I have cucumber. Cucumber is a must because it makes so much liquid. It's got kind of a good, anyway. And so that's all in there. And I drink it first thing in the morning. So the past couple weeks I've been drinking it all day long, and then I have dinner. And for dinner I've been having some kind of soup. I've been making really, really simple soups with no dairy, no nothing in them because I can't do dairy and that is not plant-based anyway, so I've been making like asparagus bisques and butternut bisques and cauliflower bisques, and I put in things like a little bit of pistachio oil, and I put in some parsley, and I put in some cayenne sometimes, and I put in tons of lemon juice because that really kicks up the bland a little bit, plus the chili flakes, which also make it less of that bland. And it's just simple. I steam the vegetables, I add the spices and herbs, sometimes a teeny bit of coconut milk, and I blend it with my little immersion blender. I throw the whole mess in the blender. And, it's very satisfying because it's just very whole food, and there's so much nourishment in vegetables and in fruit and all of that. Anyway, I was at the market yesterday, as I began to tell you in my long-winded way, and I'm checking out, and this mother and daughter are behind me, and the mother says to me so sweetly, she goes, "Wow, you must be making something very special." As she looks at my like 3 packages of arugula, and asparagus, and just more of all the things that I buy every week, which is pretty standard. We all have our things that we buy over and over again. Anyway, she said, "You must be making something very special." And I said, "No." And she goes, "Do you just eat that way?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And she, I looked back and I saw her, and this woman, was in a heavier body, did not look very healthy, was probably about my age. And I looked to see what was in her cart, which was typical standard American fare, a lot of meat, a lot of processed packaged foods, a lot of snacky kinds of things. And truthfully, it's not from, I'll tell you what the good and the bad for me was. So what felt good to me was that, it wasn't like she'd caught me on some special day with like a really healthy, um, healthy haul of fruit and vegetables. That's kind of what I buy all the time, over and over. It's really not very exciting. It's not very sexy. Although actually eating this way does make me feel sexy. My energy is really clear. My body feels very calm. I feel really, committed to this way of eating. I was telling somebody what I was eating the other night, and I call my dinners peasant food because they're very simple. They're kind of humble ingredients, for lack of a better word, although asparagus is not humble this time of year. It's a fortune, but I don't usually use it all that much. Anyway, I was saying I was having peasant food, which for me meant I was having a bunch of greens, including arugula and some baby spinach and some romaine and some radicchio, which I totally love. And I had some steamed potatoes and I had some steamed broccoli, and then I make this dressing with different things. And I put a ton of kick on it. I like all the chili flakes. Anyway, he said, we can do better than that. And I thought, no, we can't. I don't need to. First of all, I love that dinner. I literally can't wait to eat it almost every night right now. And also it totally nourishes me. It totally satisfies me. It's, completely plant-based. It's actually really affordable. Just deeply satisfying. Like our bodies love real food. They just do. You feel it. So I was feeling really good at the market when the lady said that to me because I felt, like my actions were congruent with my beliefs. And congruence is a big deal for me. To me, it's a very um, important sort of self-loving way to live when your actions match what you believe, right? You're being true to yourself, you're taking care of yourself, you're kind of being who you really are in the world. It all matches up. And so that was part of it. And and also my own acknowledgement that I was just taking really good care of myself at this moment in time, which has not always been the case. Most of you know I have a history of an eating disorder. And so that was the good part. The part that wasn't good, the part that was hard for me was seeing what was in her cart, and seeing that she was not moving well. She was clearly, in some kind of pain, probably some sort of joint thing caused by obesity or, related health issues. And it hurt me because I wasn't about to, and maybe I could have, but she wasn't asking for my help. And it's not proper, it's not good boundaries to start spouting off why you think somebody could be eating differently. So I didn't say anything, but it's like because I know the difference in myself and in my clients, the difference that eating well makes, how drastically different you feel. Really, even in a matter of a couple of days, it's quick. You will feel better quickly, both physical symptoms and mood. I used to have a client, and we used to joke and call the food sort of the 2-day miracle, because for her, once she got off certain things again, for her it was gluten and dairy. And her whole mood changed when she was in the midst of eating that way. She would get more depressed, she would get more anxious, she was really judgmental around herself, she didn't feel well. Um, and as soon as she reverted back to kind of the way of eating that was supporting her, it was amazing. Her whole mood lifted. It just was a totally different experience. Anyway, so that's my little story for today. I hope it served you in some way. If I can help you with this, I offer free consults where you'll get immediate strategies and feedback. It's private. It's just you and me. It's usually on Skype or FaceTime or even Facebook these days with the great chat feature. And I want to help, and I can help. So reach out to me, however you do that, and we'll talk soon. Okay, see ya.